Hi everyone, I just thought I'd go here to tell you guys about this dream I had the other day. It's not a good one, and it's not about the rapture. It was just really freaky. I just dreamed that apparently I was vouching for this guy who was innocent in some crimes he was being accused of committing, and I was like, no, this guy's innocent, he's innocent. He didn't do this, he's innocent of it. I said, you got the wrong guy. You got the wrong person. Oh, this is not who, no, this is not a person. And then in the dream, so she's dating him. And mind you, this is where it gets really weird because I'm engaged and there's no way I'm breaking up with my fiance. So it's really weird. And then as I'm walking out the door to go see him, it shifts into a totally different dream. In the dream, it's like my family's bombarding me and pressuring me and pushing me to do this, pushing me to do that, and pushing me to give something up. But every time they keep begging me or trying to force me to give something up, and now I don't know what that something or it was, but they kept on trying to bombard me. They were mean and evil and violent and physical and torturous, and I mean, I can't explain it how evil and violent they were towards me because I refused and I kept on refusing. They were getting frustrated that I was refusing them and refusing to give up what they were trying to get me to give up. And I just, every time they tried to, get me to do it, I kept on saying no, 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 no. And I kept on refusing each and every time that they would ask me to give this certain something up. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. And they kept on pleading me. First, they were pleading with me and begging me to give it up. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So, no, I'm not doing it. And then slowly they were getting really frustrated because they would keep on asking me to give it up, and I'm like, no, I'm not giving it up. I refuse to. I said, I'm not going to do it. And they kept on asking, and then the more they kept on asking me to do it, to give it up, they were getting really, really frustrated. Very, very frustrated. And they kept on saying, David, you need to give it up. And then they would get very, very frustrated. At that point, they started getting physical. And I'm like, you need to give it up. You need to give it up. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I refused to. I didn't back down. And I don't know what it meant because it didn't really make it that clear about what it meant. You know, with them asking me to give a certain something up. And then all of a sudden they started being very, oh my gosh, fighting physically, and I was trying to fight to protect myself, and they were like, it was violent. I mean, really straight up evil violence. And I was fighting back to protect myself during this fight, and then it stopped, and then they proceeded to ask me to give it up, and I proceeded to say no. I proceeded to say, I don't think so, nope, not giving it up, nope, not gonna do it. And they kept on and kept on being so evil and so violent, I can't even explain to you the evilness and the violence they were towards me. It was just really, really unreal. And I've never, never, ever, ever experienced that ever in my life. Or I even ever had a dream like that. It was very, very weird. and it was I don't know. It's just I don't understand the dream at all, and they were just torturous, evil, torturous towards me, and they were just getting so mad, like so mad to the point they were like extremely. I mean, I can't explain how extremely violent they got because I refused to give this something up. I mean, it was just very, very. I've never had an intense dream like that before, and I don't know, but it was just weird and different. I mean, my family doesn't hate me now, but who's to say that won't change when the tribulation starts? When people really start being like that, where it becomes a crime to be a Christian. Um, some people, I've had others tell me I believe it, and I believe others when they tell me this, that it's just a warning from God about what I'm going to have to deal with. And, that, you know, that if I endure this trial that I'm going to face with my family, that I'm going to be rewarded for it. Great is the reward for those who are persecuted for my name's sake. I believe that's in Promise. Sure. I think that's true. Matthew 5. And I believe it's Matthew 5:12. I could be wrong because I just did search. Matthew 5:12. Rejoice and be exceeding glad. Great, great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Okay, I'll go back. Yeah, this is in the Beatitudes, and we from 10 to 14. It talks about well, blessed are they that which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. And ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Light, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not to come to destroy but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot, one little, one title shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. And whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. For whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say to you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall have no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. So, you know, if we're persecuted for the Lord's sake, He promises that, there'll be great rewards for that. Just thought I'd share that with you. This is like I said, that was one of the most intense dreams I've ever had in my life. I mean, very, very intense, very, very I don't know how to explain it. It's just very, very intense. The most intensified dreams that I've ever had. So